Welcome to the NSIC Spotlight, the voice of the NSIC student athletes, powered by gpac. gpac, growing people and companies. I'm your host, Nick Cornder, Assistant Commissioner at the Northern Sun. Today, we are joined by Jamie Odlum of the Minot State softball team. Jamie, thanks for joining us on the Spotlight.
Hey, thank you for having me.
All right, before we get to the diamond, tell us where you are from and how you got to Minot State.
I'm from Morden, Manitoba. It's a really small town in southern Manitoba. Always wanted to go to college in the States and play softball. And I can remember when my older brother was doing his recruiting process, going to Minot with him and looking at schools with him. So Minot State has always kind of been in the back of my mind, on my radar. And when I got the opportunity, when I was old enough to look at schools to attend, I jumped at Minot State right away. So here I am.
And softball, how did you get playing softball as a youth?
Yeah, I think that I was trying to follow in my brother's footsteps again. He played baseball and, playing backyard baseball in the backyard growing up. That was always fun and always trying to one-up him. So I think that's kind of where I got softball from.
And doing quite well at it as you are off to quite the start of the season. You're leading the NSIC in batting average, on-base percentage, hits, and doubles. What's contributed to this early season success?
Yeah, I think obviously just learning to have fun with it. Having fun makes doing everything a lot easier, and you're wanting to be out there, wanting to go have your at-bats, go play your games. So that's been a big part of it. As well as I think in the past, I was doing lots of studying opposing pitchers, opposing defenses. I mean, still doing that, but this year really learning to use my strengths, learn what my strengths are, what my weaknesses are, what my role is as a hitter and as a player on the team. So really learning myself as a player this year and how I can use my strengths against our opponents.
One of those strengths is team speed. How have you guys used that to your advantage this season?
Yeah, we do have a very quick team, which is really nice. I think 1 through 9 in our lineup, whoever we put out there, we're going to have lots of speed, which is awesome to see. Lots of stolen bases. And that's a big key for us as an offense, getting girls over in scoring position as much as we can. So it makes it a little easier on the hitters coming up. So that's nice. As well as defense, we our outfielders, our infielders, they cover a ton of ground.
And it's been paying off. Minot State is 25-5 to start the season, 2-0 early in the NSIC schedule. Talk about those teammates and how they've contributed early in the season to the success.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, again, I think 1 through 9, whoever we put out on the field this year, everyone's been buying in and playing their role, knowing their role, playing hard. Everyone's been really consistent. We've been doing lots of talking, communicating on offense. So kind of passing the torch along. One girl goes up, pass the torch to the next, help the next hitter up, tell them what you see, tell them how a pitcher may pitch you. We've just been doing a lot of communicating. And I think that right now everyone's really bought into the team culture. And I think that has been a key contributor.
You play softball in a northern climate. Fortunately, you have the Minot State Dome where you've played a lot of early season contests already. What's it like playing softball in one of those domes, and what advantages does it give you for early season success?
Yeah, we're very grateful to have the bubble here. I mean, it's awesome being able to practice in there every single day. Our preseason games, getting to play preseason games in there, it's so much fun. It's really cool having the first chunk of our season kind of with the home crowd, having familiar faces there cheering us on. Playing on the turf, I think, it's a advantage to us because we have the dirt field that we can practice on outside as well as the turf inside. We have the turf on the bubble and then at our field at South Hill Complex. So, I mean, the dome is pretty similar to playing outside. We just have the roof that sometimes gets in the way, but it's nothing too serious. And yeah, I think we just get a lot of at-bats, a lot of reps, and yeah, it's just a big advantage to us. So very grateful for that here.
Whether it be inside the dome or outside, when you get to game day, what's your pregame routine?
I think as personally, I have my own pregame routine, certain things I like to eat, certain things I like to think about before the games, like to think about approach and my at-bats, look at teams that we're playing kind of the day before, look at the pitchers that I'll be facing, kind of set up my practices geared to them. Coach Nat Wagner does a good job of getting us prepared for that, having each pre-practice kind of specific to who we're going to face. So we're always very prepared in that sense. Us as an infield, we have our certain little pre-game rituals that we like to do and certain things we like to say to each other. So little reminders before the game and kind of gets us comfortable and in any atmosphere. So we always are comfortable and ready to go.
We're about to enter the month of April, pretty much a solid schedule, weekday doubleheaders and weekend series leading up to the NSIC tournament in early May. What are some of the team goals and your personal goals as you wrap up this last month of the season?
Yeah, I think us as a team, we have a certain record in mind as one of our big goals. We want to make it to postseason. We want to make a run for it in postseason instead of in the past we'd made it to postseason and didn't make it out of the conference tournament as we had wanted. So I think, first of all, making it to the conference tournament is our first goal. And then we really want to make a run for it. And we want to play more games in the postseason. We don't want to play 2 games and be done. So I think this is the year that we're really taking a step towards that goal, and we're all in for it. So that would be a big team goal for us, making sure we can win all our games we can, continue to play the brand of softball that we can play. Our energy is good, our mentality is good. So I think just staying consistent with that will help us towards that goal. Personally, just continue to play my role on the team. I want to continue to hit the ball hard for the team. I want to move runners around, do what I can at first base, pick infielders up, pick outfielders up. I think being a senior on the team, bringing a lot of energy to the team, bringing as much leadership as I can on the field. So I think that's a big goal, is just to continue to do that and help guide us towards some big wins this year.
Hopefully the month of April goes in your favor as you continue the regular season. Last question before we let you go. What is your major and what are your plans following Minot State?
Mm-hmm. So I'm majoring in communication disorders and finishing up my undergrad studies here. After my undergrad, hoping to get accepted into graduate school for speech pathology here. Hopefully I can find a future in coaching as well, kind of starting to help out some younger girls and their softball careers. So yeah, I'm going to be going to grad school for speech pathology, and maybe that could be a side gig for me. So we'll see.
All right. Well, best of luck to you in that field. And then obviously on the softball field. That's going to wrap up this week's show. Thanks again to our sponsor, gpac. Jamie, thanks again for joining us and best of luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.